I now declare that this meeting is starting, and welcome to all members of the General Purposes and Licensing Committee, other members and officers in attendance at today's meeting. Welcome to others who may be watching the meeting on YouTube. I am Councillor Steve Clark, Chairman of the committee. Could all in attendance follow the Council's ground rules for virtual meetings, which have been well circulated? In particular, to reduce feedback and background noise, please mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Only speak when you're invited to do so by me as chairman. Please use the raise hand button in Microsoft Teams to indicate that you would like to speak, and remember to use the lower hand button once you've been called to speak. In the event of any technical problems, there will be a short adjournment to establish the fault can be addressed. I will now call the name of each committee member and ask them to identify themselves as being in attendance. As I previously mentioned, I'm Councillor Steve Clark, Chairman of the committee. Councillor Tungate, please.
Tungate, member for Bashley, I'm here.
Thank you. Councillor Bellows.
Present, Councillor.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Blunden.
Yes, Chairman. Very good morning to you. Present.
Thank you. Councillor Craze.
Yes, good morning, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Jack Davis.
Good morning, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Steve Davis.
And good morning, Chairman. If I may also, I'd like to speak on the matter on the last minutes that were published recently. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. The third of the triplets, Councillor Arthur Davis.
Good morning, Chairman. Councillor Arthur Davis, present. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Dunning.
Present, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Harrison.
Good morning, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Hawkins.
Good morning, Chairman.
Councillor Reid.
Good morning, Chairman. Present and correct.
Thank you. And Councillor Riley. Councillor Riley.
Present.
Thank you. Other members of the council, if they are in attendance, will be recorded in the minutes of this meeting. Andy, I believe we have two apologies, Councillors John Ward and Rebecca Clark.
Correct.
Thank you. In which case we'll move to item 1 of the agenda, declarations of interest. Do any members have any declarations of interest? No one's indicating that I can see. Sorry, David Harrison.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm willing to be guided by advice, but I'm going to be a candidate in the forthcoming elections, and it occurred to me that it's probably better for me to declare that that's the case and take no part in the proceedings because of that. There might be a public perception if I'm involved in remuneration of officers to do with elections that, you know, again, it's about public perception as to what that's involved. So I think I would prefer not to take part in any of the decision making.
Noted, but I will go to Andy just for advice.
Chairman, I would think if there was a district council election coming up, you know, on that basis, all members would be barred from speaking, and I'm pretty sure there's a dispensation in place on that basis. So I don't think that's an issue.
Okay, thank you for that. But I respect what you've just said, David, and you're present for the conduct of the meeting anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, we have no public participation. I'm going to go to the minutes next, although they came in late to the agenda, but I'll go to that next because I know Steve Davis wishes to raise one point. So I'll just ask first of all, can we verify the minutes? And then I'll come to any points arising. So you're happy for me to verify the minutes? Go to Steve Davis because I think it may be the point he wants to make.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Good morning again. Minute 25, paragraph 4 states that the amount of £750 was in fact an error and should be corrected. It implied that. In the minutes that have recently been circulated, the amount is still showing as £750 for the campsite licence. Is that correct or incorrect?
Can I just clarify, Chairman? So in the paragraph it says there was a typo. It should have read 450 rather than 750. That's what's in the minutes I can see.
Yes, but in the minutes that were circulated, Chairman, they still showed it as 750. It hadn't been corrected, so I'm wondering if the records have been corrected.
The minute that I'm looking at, Steve, on the 8th of January 2021, minute 25, yep. Paragraph 24, it reads, it should have read 450 rather than 750. That's what I see as the published minutes. Correct,
but in the table attached, it hasn't been changed. That's all I'm pointing out. So,
okay, yeah, we'll fix that one. Okay, I'm clear on that now. All right, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. It was it looks like it was the minutes were correct, but the table hadn't been amended. So we'll make sure that the actual table is correct. Thank you. In which case, we'll now go to the item on returning officers' fees and expenses. Rebecca, can I ask you to introduce, please?
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, members. So the report presents the returning officers' fees and expenses for the financial year 2021-2022. It's an annual report that comes to this committee for approval of those fees, and those fees will be the fees used for the upcoming elections in May this year. So just a reminder within the report that the fees and expenses for returning officers are set by a county-wide group, and that's to ensure some uniformity across Hampshire, which helps us retain and employ staff on elections without them going to another council. It also ensures a level of fairness across the county. The fees for 2021-22 haven't altered from last year's fees when you received this report. That's it in terms of introduction. Happy, of course, to take any questions.
Okay, yes, thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, I mean, it's a piece of housekeeping for us to do. As you say, we see it every year. Has any member got any questions or comments to make? I'm looking around the screen. I'm looking for hands. I see none. In which case, can we agree the recommended fees for 2021-22 as set out in the report? If you could indicate, anybody against, if you could indicate. I see no one indicating, and then that is recommended. Thank you, Becky. Urgent items, I have none, unless any member has anything that they wish to raise. Again, I see no hands. So I think, much to the disappointment of Councillor Harrison, we will not take the full 3 hours. I declare this meeting closed.
Thank you.